10% of all the new cars sold in Iowa come from the Karl Auto Group. Our neighbors trust us to have the largest selection and the highest standards. To our current customers, thank you. And to our future customers, see for yourself why Karl drives Iowa.
Your dealer for life, it's the Karl way.
My game plan? Get the best, without the fuss. That's why I love Fairway. Everything I need, easy to find. And a hometown atmosphere that just hits different. Fairway, your home court advantage.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Cyclone Fanatic postgame show. I'm your host, Leah Nelson. Jake Brend is
What's up?
Back. Thank you for joining us today because Chelsea was on the broadcast for ESPN Plus. She did incredible, but I appreciate you.
I didn't know that. I should have looked for her.
Yeah, she sounded great. She sounded fantastic. But thank you guys for joining us in the Northwest Bank Studios. Iowa State takes care of UCF. Final score 65-52. Before we jump into all the fun stuff, let's thank our sponsors, starting with Karl Auto Group. They're the presenting sponsor for the all season long. Shout out to them.
They're the best.
They're the best. They are massive Cyclone Fanatic fans and Iowa State Cyclone fans. So we love Karl Auto Group. And then our pals over at Fairway. Make sure you do your shopping there. I know Jake loves to stop by Fairway every week.
I do.
He loves Fairway. So make sure you guys check it out. Don't take our word for it. Well, take our word for it, but then also, you get what I'm saying. Check out Fairway. God.
Take our word for it, dang it.
Take our word for it. All right. Well, Iowa State comes out on top. A little bit of a funky game. Before game started, Coach Finley was honored as the winningest coach in Big 12 history now. So that was awesome. Incredible. It was just really good timing.
Think it's incredible.
I was going to say, really good timing when I said that, and then they're all cheering. But I think UCF honestly came to play today, even without their starting point guard. They held Audi to single digits until about 2 minutes left in the entire game. So I want to give some credit to UCF, but what did you see while watching them and just how they were able to handle Iowa State today?
Yeah, I think a lot of it comes down to how they're denying the ball. And they did what a lot of teams try to do, but a lot of teams aren't very successful with it. And it's trying to make it impossible to get it into Audi. And Central Florida certainly had some size down low to be able to do that. Like a big part of that is just being able to be near Audi's height, to be able to have the wingspan to not let the ball go over your head. And they're able to do that effectively. They were sagging off of Polk, and she made him pay a couple times on a couple threes, which was really cool to see. My gosh, this band is just unbelievable.
You're getting sound effects.
We love the band. But, yeah, I think Central Florida is able to be really effective in trying to make someone else beat them. And to Ariana Jackson's credit, she was the one today because she hit 6 threes, 6 shots, all of them threes. And there was one in the second half where I want to say Jada Williams missed a 3 short, got her own offensive rebound. The ball swung around a couple times, and I heard one of the UCF assistant coaches yell, "No!"
Please, no! Anyone but her!
That was the type of day it was for Jackson, and it just goes to show how impressive of a player she is, and she's just a winner. Makes some big threes, gets some big rebounds. Jackson was the difference today in a game that it never felt like Iowa State was going to lose it, but they couldn't pull away, and Jackson was the biggest reason that they were able to late.
I never felt stressed the whole game, but I just felt kind of uneasy, I guess, in the sense of it just seemed odd. I guess we're used to seeing Audi with, double digits in the first or second quarter. So it just seemed a little odd, but you make a great point. I think if Audi's not, scoring like she usually does, someone else on the team is going to step up. And today it was AJ. It was incredible. But you also mentioned Polk. Vangalia. She has been a difference maker these past few games, and she has been one of my favorite players to watch on the Iowa State team. Her hustle, her just incredible like spirit and energy, and I know she's always going to do something crazy. There were some insane plays today where people were on the ground, and I can only imagine that like Hilton was probably popping because
Oh
like
yeah.
those are my favorite types of player or favorite types of plays and favorite types of players. But we're seeing a lot of people step up, and Chelsea has mentioned it before, and I'd love to kind of hear your take. With Addie Brown being out, what has that meant for these other players that maybe didn't get as much time, but are now like really having to step up?
Yeah, I think what the way Fenley goes about it is you've got your proven players, and they're going to play extended runs. And then you've got a lot of other unknown or like, yes, this player could have it this day, she could not. And what you've seen, I think, change is when the Cyclones are fully healthy, if Polk made a mistake or two, that was just kind of it for that quarter or for that day. And now once there's been no other options, once you've gone all the way down, like Ali Tanky, I know played some minutes in that stretch without Jackson, not today, but in the past couple weeks. And now it's kind of like, well, even if Polk is struggling or even if she's struggling to find her confidence, she's going to play the first 7 minutes tonight. And I think that has helped everyone to be able to know, like, just having that confidence that, oh yeah, one mistake, I'm not going to get pulled. One missed shot, I'm not going to get pulled, because that Polk's not on the floor right now to make shots. When you can get those 2 threes from her, it's a big bonus. But like you said, the tenacity to be able to be on the glass at all times. I'm looking at the stat sheet, and I don't believe that she only had 6 rebounds.
No, it seems like
Feels like she had 12. And maybe it's because every rebound she has is so tough and is so impressive that it feels like 2 rebounds. So she continues to give the team really good minutes.
You mentioned confidence, and I think you nailed it on the head. Everyone seems like they are playing with just like this calmness, but also this confidence on both sides of the ball. Last year, I've always been a huge fan of AJ, and you can always rely on her on defense. But this year, it seems like she took a whole nother step on the offensive side of the ball. I mean, Chelsea mentioned it on the broadcast too. It was like, if I'm Iowa State, I'm finding a way to get her the ball today, because she just, it was incredible. Lights out. And again, just nice when Audie's not doing what she's usually doing. And it shows that, she doesn't always have to be 100% for Iowa State to come out on top. Iowa State does have did you have something?
Oh, I was just going to add too with Audie
yes.
that even though she didn't score a lot, it wasn't an inefficient day
no,
for her. So
right.
Her being off or her being doubled or whatever you want to use as the explanation, it freed up her teammates, which I think is something that I don't know if 3 weeks ago this team would have been able to take advantage of, and it shows how far they've grown.
1000%. Iowa State has a little bit of time off. They don't play again until February 7th against Utah. I say a little bit of time off, but it just like basketball is just quick. They're playing a bajillion games, but what does Iowa State need to do with, a few extra days this week to be able to kind of continue this momentum, continue a win streak, and just stay poised in Big 12 play?
Yeah, I think it still comes down to confidence. How do they continue to build confidence and keep it? Because it's one thing to hit a couple shots, but if you can go and practice and feel really good about yourself going to the next game, that's what this team has been doing lately, and they're going to need to keep doing that. And of course, that swing out in Utah, I know Utah isn't as strong as they've been in the past, and BYU's not that tough of a team, but going west is never easy. And they're just going to need to have that confidence that they've found in this last 4 games. It's really cool that they have, they've overcome what they went through, and they've not necessarily playing with house money going out west, but you've gotten back to the point where like you kind of expect to win those games. So it's a credit to them, and they're just going to have to keep doing what they're doing and have that confidence, whether it's from Jada Williams. Like I'm not questioning Ariana Jackson's confidence at all right now. I think she's just going to have it regardless, but it's continuing it with Jada Williams, Sydney Harris, Reese Beatty, Reagan Wilson. It's those type of it's those type of players to keep finding it.
So I've asked this to Chelsea too, but do you almost feel like, I hate to say all 5 of those losses, but do you almost feel like a few of those losses needed to happen to see the Iowa State team that we see now?
Probably. And you probably would have liked a week off in there at some point, just because it was a sinking ship, and if there's a hole in your boat and you don't have the materials with you to fix that, like, it's hard. And without Jackson, without Brown, Iowa State did not have the answers, and they found the answers. I still don't know exactly what they found other than bringing Jackson back, but they have found ways to make adjustments, and it's really impressive by the coaching staff. The problem was, I don't think they had the time. I don't think they had the confidence I don't think the players had confidence in themselves to pull it out. So to answer your question, it probably wasn't necessarily evil. It sucks that it probably knocks you out of even having a chance at hosting in the NCAA tournament like they were on the path to do. But how many of your role players have gotten better? How much better has Jada Williams gotten from that? If you can combine all of that and hope and pray that you can get a healthy Addie Brown come March, then the team absolutely could be in a better spot now than they were a few weeks ago.
I absolutely love that answer. I'm feeling great about where Iowa State is now, and I'm just excited for them to kind of get a couple of days to rest and kind of figure some things out, because they are honestly playing some incredible ball. But thank you for jumping on today. We appreciate it. You're always welcome on the show.
Well, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course. And shout out to Aiden for producing, and then shout out to our sponsors, Karl Auto Group and Fairway Meat and Grocery. Iowa State takes on Utah on February 7th. So make sure you guys check back in and listen after the show.